Unacademy. Let's crack it.
Here I am Bhartendra Kumar, and with me is Janik. And we both have very different preparation strategy, very different personalities. Like he prefers self-study, I prefer coaching kind of preparation. He prefers solving his own doubts. I prefer discussing the doubts with someone, and he prefers giving more and more tests. And I prefer more and more studying of the concept. So apart from it, we are here to see that how can the technical gate concepts could be discussed or could be made fun way with this knowledge fight kind of concept, where we both have 10 questions for each other, and then we will see how much each can answer others questions. And this would be a fun session in interactive way. So now let's have a quick intro of both ourselves. I will like Jenny to introduce himself. Jenny, over to you.
Okay. Hi. My name is Jainik Kajlani, and I obtained All India rank 26 in GATE CSE 2021. And I'm currently in my final year of Bachelor's in Engineering, and I'm pursuing it in Information Technology at Dwarkadas J. Sangvi College of Engineering in Mumbai. And that's about me. And my hobbies, like I love to play video games and also listen to music, and I even sometimes play the piano. So over to Bharjan. Please introduce yourself.
Great job. So this is Bhajendra Kumar, GATE CS 2021 AR84, and I have done my BTech in Computer Science and Engineering from CDLSIT Sirsa College in 2020. And my favorite subjects for GATE were computer architecture, mathematics, and theory of computation. And apart from the curriculums, the extracurriculums, I am interested in soccer. Like I played soccer in my college, and apart from that, I also like to read books, especially it would be fiction. So now, should we start mm, uh, the competition, or what I say, that the fun fight?
Yeah,
So would you like to put the first question, because like you are a 1 year junior to me, in that sense I'll give you the opportunity.
okay, sure. I will, for each question, we will put 10 points and we will have 10 questions. So I'll start with the first question. So my first question is a bit easy one from computer networks. So I would like to ask, what is the use of jam signal?
What do you mean of jam signal? So it is like CDM, collision detection. It is a signal used for the collision detection in Ethernet basically, and this signal is passed throughout the network to for all the signals to know that there has been a collision and they should back off. Like
Right, that's it.
this is
Like the perfectly correct answer. So
hmm.
you get 10
You're
points.
writing the scores and everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just
So
writing the marking the points. So it's easy.
great. So my first question would be from TOC, because like I know you are teaching TOC on the Unacademy app. So you are an educator. So first question definitely TOC. So can you state the minimum number of states in non-deterministic PDA for WW ki power R, like palindrome strings, minimum
Okay.
number of PDA states.
So in NPDA, like if the NPDA is an empty stack NPDA, so we can for an empty stack NPDA we can just do it in one state. So like since it's an NPDA, so it's non-deterministic. So if we can do it in one state, we can do like anything. And when the stack is empty, we can accept the language. But I think if it's not an empty stack PDA, it's a final state PDA, then there would be more states required. So I think like I guess around 3 states would be required. Like if we want to take the input string, so that would be for the first state, and then we start popping using the second state, and there would be a final state, the third state.
Okay, that was good. Like you really are teaching TOC. I just know that the answer was one for the empty state, but the final state wasn't what I was knowing. Great. So your next question.
Yes.
Acha,
So yeah. For the next question is from algorithms. So like let's just keep it to the Gates level. So which sorting algorithm needs minimum number of swaps asymptotically?
It's like selection sort, because in that the minimum element is just swapped once, like in each iteration. So I guess the selection sort would be with minimum number of swaps possible.
Yeah, so it's selection
Do you have-
sort, and the swaps required is order of n. So that's correct.
But it can be less than also, like in best case maybe there would be no swap.
Yeah, so in best case,
Worst case.
yeah, it's we consider worst case, right? So
Yes.
that would be order of
Correct.
n. So selection
Ah,
sort is
so-
correct.
Algorithm question. So I will also try an algorithm question. Okay. So the worst time for finding the median of n element array.
Okay, so for n element array, so I think if it's sorted, then we can find it in order of one, like because those two would be middle element, or if odd one, then the one if middle element. But if it is like unsorted array, then I think there was an algorithm called like medians of median or something, which would give it in order of n. So like, I would say order of n for unsorted array.
Yes, generally, like I thought people miss it in sorting the array. So n log n, but yes, you got it correct. The median of medians give it in n. So that is yeah, good, great. So
Okay, so
your next
like
question.
I before the question, I would like to ask you one thing. So like you have given the gate 2 times in 2020 and in 2021. So also you have repeated it. So like what was the experience like? What are some insights like you would give to future aspirants?
The insights were the two of the game changer, I think, in both the preparation. Were first would be the test series. The first time I completely ignored the test series, and like I gave one or two tests only before the gate exam. So that was a very that was a great blunder mistake. And the second would be like the first time when I was preparing in my college, that I was not able to find the ecosystem. Like the second time I prepared with an academy like coaching, so there I found a great ecosystem. Like the faculty were very supportive, helpful, and the circle, the classmates also, they put on a competitive environment and fight kind of thing. So that because of that, the whole year I wasn't bored, or I wasn't getting that I am studying. I was like, yeah, more competing with them and asking doubts and something. So yes, though. So if we were not a self preparation kind of guy, then like it's better you should take coaching, because like it opens up some more opportunities. So like that worked for me in the second time that I took the coaching. And test series also is like main, like test series I also heard that like you gave a lot huge number of test series in your preparation. So in the first time only you got that correct. So can you say like how many tests you gave in your preparation?
I gave over 30 tests, but the sole reason of that was to sit for 3 hours. I did not have any habit of sitting for 3 hours. So the sole reason of giving so many tests was just to sit for 30 hours. 3 hours, sorry. So I gave this many tests. The main reason was that. And
35
also
like
problem
full length
solving.
test.
Yeah, full length test.
Like I thought, I think I give like 12 to or 14 or something like that. 35 is a huge number for any margin. Great.
Okay, so like
Yeah,
let's continue.
yeah.
So my third question too is from compiler designing, and it is like is S attributed syntax directed translation evaluated bottom up or top down?
S attributed would be bottom up because the synthesized attributes depends on its children only. So we would be able to compute the parent when we are going bottom up when we know the value of the children. So
Right.
yes, bottom
It's
up.
absolutely correct. Give you 10 points. So right now our points are yours are 30 and mine are 20.
See, like in GATE, I think we both were getting like 70 marks approximately.
Yeah.
So 30 marks also we got wrong. So it's also a disclaimer for the viewers that we have not scored 100 out of 100. So we don't
Yeah.
know the concepts perfection.
Absolutely
If you
right.
find any mistake or something, like feel free to comment and we would be happy to see our mistakes. And
Yeah.
if you have better answer, then also please comment.
Please comment down in the video.
So compiler only I will also like ask. Okay. So can you give me a grammar that is non-ambiguous, that is left factored, and that is having no left recursion, but is not LL1? Like three properties:
Like
ambiguity,
it is
recursion,
not ambiguous. It has
not
no
ambiguous,
left recursion
no left
and it has
recursion,
left
and
factoring,
left factor.
but it is also not LL.
LL1. Yeah.
So like so if we like remove, we try to check that property of follow set and intersection with first set, then I think there should be an epsilon production.
Person. Yes, I think without epsilon production, I don't think without epsilon, these three conditions would make the grammar LL1. That's
Yeah.
important hint.
Like there can be a grammar like which has in first set also, like suppose starting symbol is S, then I take a grammar like I guess S gives ASA or epsilon, something like that.
Then
Then
you
the,
are just trying
like something where
something.
intersection would come out to be fine, so it would give the it would not give LL1. Like so, I think S gives
Yes.
ASA or phi epsilon would work. I think.
So good, done that. Great trick because you put A before S also, after S also.
Yeah.
Before first A is for the first of the first production and the last A is for the follow set. Nice, great. Like you are a great in TOC compiler. I got to know that. Okay.
Thank
So
you.
you got the points. Got the points. Hmm.
Okay, so I will give you a fourth question from C programming. Like there is a thing called character pointer and character array. So if we are declaring a string as a character pointer, then like can we modify it? Like can we change the individual characters inside that string, or would it give an error?
So if we are saving the string as a character pointer, then it is saved in the code region, and we are not supposed to. Yes, I don't. You are not supposed to change the code region part. You can only change the stack and heap and data section, code section. I don't think that would be an error. That I think that's not allowed.
Yeah, so that's correct. It would be an error. So if it were a character array, we could have changed the individual characters. But in character pointer, you are absolutely correct. It would give an error if we are trying to modify this. It would be act as a string constant.
Yes, we read only. I think that location,
Yeah, read
memory
only.
location is
Due to pointer,
read only.
it
So
it becomes read only.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that's correct.
So like you C programming I want. Okay, something similar. Like if you have two computers, A and B. Okay, we have two computers, and the first one is running an algorithm of complexity n cube,
Mhm.
and the second one is running an algorithm of n square. Okay, so first one is running an algorithm of higher complexity. Second one is running smaller complexity, but it takes 1 second to execute the program on computer A and 10 seconds to execute the algorithm on computer B. Is it possible?
So like the 1 second one is actually running the slower
N
algorithm,
cube.
and
Yes.
okay, so in 10 second one is running the n square algorithm. And
Yes.
so like I think if the architectures are different, then it is definitely possible, because it might happen that the first computer is processing faster and the second computer
If
is
you
processing slower.
yes go there, then it's like then it becomes like very easy. I was not thinking both to be different. Like if you imagine the identical architecture and instruction set, both the computers are identical, but then you have to answer it, because
Right.
if the computers are different, one could be a supercomputer and one could be like a small like 8086 or so. Then that's no, that's not a
Right.
valid question.
Okay, so I think like if we can consider the input, maybe like if the n cube one is given the best case input, the n square one is given the worst case input, then it might have such timing difference. Like if we consider that, if it's allowed.
Oh, why are you taking different input? Can you give the logic for that? Because
Like so the
because
algorithms are different. So like I'm just giving
that
the, you asked if it is possible. So like this
yes,
is
yes,
also a
like
possibility. Like if we give the best case input to the slower algorithm and the worst case input to the faster one,
yes,
then
algorithms are different, because yes, time complexity if is
that,
different, n cube
yeah,
and square, then you can give different inputs. Like, yes, you precisely saw it going through. Okay, so like uh, as you're seeing that now it is it's a general question. It's not like you won't get marks for it, and there's no correct answers, I think. So like we are predicting somewhat approximately that this session would be also online, and the preparation who people are preparing for gate would be like having the same scenario as it was in 2020.
21.
So like you had a great success preparing for in that COVID times, lockdown and online things and everything. So can you like give tips on timetable or some planning or scheduling in these times?
Like so it's an online sem. So the best thing is that you don't have to go till the college. And my college was an hour away from my home. So it would usually take 2 hours of my day, just like take off the 2 hours. So in online sem, I didn't have to go to college. And like traveling for 2 hours is also like we get tired. So that also gets removed. So that's the best thing of online sem. And so I think 8 months preparation is enough for GATE CSE. Like if we consistently prepare nearly about every day for 4 to 5 hours, if we can give, then I think it's enough to crack GATE CSE in 8 months. Like if we start around in like this is the perfect time to start in May, June. So if we start like with the topics right now, we can complete the syllabus around I think September or October. Like I completed it around mid-October or so, and I used to give topic-wise tests simultaneously, and like then we start with the revision, and the previous year questions can be solved simultaneously. Like, so I guess in 3 month revision we can get in November, December, and January. So that is also like really good time, 3 month revision. I think
Yes.
online has its advantages.
So you started from like July or something.
I started from June, like serious preparation. I started from June.
Great. And yes, this I think also the ideal time to complete would be like October end, or like yes, he complete mid October, October and you target to complete, and then last 3 months test series like and revision.
Like there would
Great.
also be the semester, but even
Yes, yes, yes.
so, I think we can take out like 1 or 2 weeks from November or December whenever your semester is, but that won't be a problem. So
Yes. To
we
the
can
semester
revise
is
in
like
between. Like
another.
even like if you have very high pointer, then in the seventh sem it won't matter if you lose a bit. But if you have, I guess, a bit lower, then maybe you can get it back in the eighth sem or something if you are not studying for the sem. So even that is fine.
Placement, you didn't sit for the placements because only semester were your only distractions.
Yeah, so see, my focus from start was to give gate. Like I wanted to do masters from the start, so I was not focused on placement. Like I said, just for one company or two companies, not more. And then I started, like I was serious about it. Like I just wanted to concentrate on one thing at the time. If I would have diverted my concentration, that
Hmm.
would have created some problems. Like
Yes, that is like best thing to take one thing at a time. Yes. Yes. So that was a great answer. Like, yes. I think mostly like, oh, this is an in between optimal like schedule to complete till October, then give the test series. Great. Uh, so you won't get points for this, and yeah, let us continue the
of
question
course, of
series.
course. So like
But the
right
answer
now
was
our
good.
points are 40-40. We are tied right now. So I
So
will
I
ask you
we
the
have
fifth question. I think it's my chance to ask you the question.
yes, yes. Please
So
go ahead.
I will ask you from COA. Now I know COA is very tough for some people. So
Yes.
so I would like to, like, the question is easy, but I would change the terms so that I can make it confusing. So
Okay.
there is something called an anti-dependency hazard in pipelining. So if we want to remove the anti-dependency hazard, then what is a solution to removing that hazard?
Okay. And that's a theoretical thing. Yeah. 1 second. Let me recall. True dependency and anti-dependency, like two. Anti would be right related to right conflict, I think, because it is anti. So RHS is conflicting. So right after right. Yes. So okay. So two solutions only I can remember right now of pipelining, operand forwarding, and register renaming. Operand forwarding I know is not for this. Read after write. So right after write, register renaming. We have many registers, multiple registers, and if we want to write to A on A register only, we will rename another register as A right there, and wait till the current conflicting operations are yes going to register renaming, I think. But yes, you tried to confuse in COA, like that was my uh, yeah, favorite, one of the favorite subjects. Great.
Yeah, so that is absolutely correct. It's register renaming, and so anti-dependency is right after read
Right.
dependency, WAR. So that's absolutely correct. So you get 10 points for that. And
Yes, true dependency would be
read
read
after
after
write.
write.
Yeah,
Like we write in one in initial instruction and we read that. That would be
yeah.
a true. So it's anti because of the reverse thing. We
Mm.
first read and then write. Okay. Now we call it. Great. Thanks. So COA. I okay. I will also COA, and I will try to confuse you on the terms. So it's not a COA, operating system something. Okay. So why do we need multi-level paging? What's the benefit?
Multi-level paging. So like basically multi-level paging is paging. So I guess like having one page table will we have like very large size of page tables for some bigger programs. So using multi-level paging since we have to fit the table in a one frame, so we can use multi-level paging to reduce the page table size and fit the page table in like one frame. So
Okay.
that's my answer, like reducing the page table size.
In the main memory.
Yeah, obviously the main memory.
Okay, I think yes, you get the points, but it's a very messy thing. Like many things on somewhat similar lines. Only I expected the question, so like I think you get the points. Great. So yeah, you ask the next question.
So my next question is like, if we have a bit string and we send it through a network or something, and we receive an error string, and now suppose it is an n-bit string. So if we want to correct that error, what should be the distance between the strings? Minimum distance or some
Correction.
like, what is that relation for error correction?
Okay, so error correction. We have only, I think, one algorithm in Gate. All our other error detection. Having code will be one question or one concept for error correction. And the distance you are wanting is the, I think, Hamming distance between the strings.
Yeah,
There's a
the
formula.
distance is-
There is a formula by which minimum distance calculate. Well, having question came in our set, and like I skipped that also because I was not okay.
I had seen that there was some kind of mistake also, right, in the question.
Typing mistake, yeah,
Yeah.
also. So later I thought that I would be lucky because I even skipped, but they gave marks to all. But that didn't happen. Like they thought it would be obvious typo. Okay, but yeah, we want to correct end length string. Double. Okay, it won't be, I think, optimal solution, but like 2n would be my calculated risk guess. 2n would be my answer.
So you are telling that 2n should be the minimum distance.
Distance. Okay, now you put the distance. I thought n. So yes, this like I don't remember. Like 2n would be answer. Okay.
I have to say that
Is
it's
it-
wrong. Like the distance should be greater than equal to 2n plus 1. And then we apply that Hamming code and all to correct the string. So it should be greater than equal to 2n plus 1.
Okay, like okay, so we should not guess in our exam.
Yeah,
So
in
that is
exam, don't
usually
guess.
wrong.
You will lose marks.
Yes, you have
Here-
to calculate it full, like till the answer, correct answer.
Yeah.
But I thought I'm knowing the formula, remembering the formula. So, oh yeah, in the zero negative marking questions, you can guess.
Yeah, you
There
can
might.
guess. Here
might
you
be.
should not guess because
Okay, sorry. So I am like trading 10 points, I think. No, I have to ask you the question for ensuring that you are like 10 points. You are on the gain of 10 points. So I would ask. I would. It's a fun. Okay, so you know mathematics. Because maths is my one of the favorite subjects. So you're
like
comfortable in maths.
I'm not
Like
comfortable, but I
even
can.
values.
Yeah, you like you can ask. I will try to answer. I'm not like maths is not my strong point, but okay,
Okay.
you can ask the question.
Okay, so I will then ask like property question, like symmetric matrices, like symmetric matrices, eigenvalues are real or can be complex. Can you comment on that? Eigenvalues of symmetric matrix.
Like I don't know the proof, but like on the top of my mind, I remember that symmetric matrix, I guess, have real eigenvalues. I'd say real. Like I'm just Not exactly guessing, but sort of like, yeah,
Like
guessing.
you remembered. Okay,
Yeah,
so if you're guessing, then I will like I have to ask like on it like eigenvectors. Can you comment on that? Eigenvectors of symmetric matrices. Will it be real or complex?
so like I have not heard something about vectors in general. So I'd say they can be anything. Like it can be real or imaginary, like both.
You guessed it, but like I think yeah, it is correct. Both your points are correct. Like eigenvalues are real, eigenvectors could be real or complex. Well, but yeah, you said the proof you don't know, and no
No,
one
I
like
don't
preparing
know
for
the
gate, I think, should know the proof. It's very messy. Believe me,
proof.
like for the last 10, 12 days, I am trying to like read the proof, but it is difficult to prove. So you can see that. Okay. So yeah, you
Okay,
got the
so
points.
lead,
Yes,
right?
great.
Our points are right now. So my points are
Yes.
60 and your points are 50 right now.
Okay.
Okay, so like I
We
will
are
move on.
halfway. I have chance.
Yeah, if I go wrong, and I hope I don't, then you can still win. Like,
Okay. All the best.
thank you, and same to
So
you.
it would be your okay, yes.
So, like, my
It would
next
be your
question is
choice.
from TOC. I think this is not that difficult, but like it's a bit tricky, I think. So the question is, if there is a problem A and there is a problem B, and we are polynomially time reducing A to B. So A is on the left side, B is on the right side, and the B part is undecidable. The B problem is undecidable. Then, like, what can you say about the A problem? We are reducing from A to B, and B is undecidable. So, what would be A? What can you comment on A?
B we know is undecidable and A is if reduced to B. I don't yeah, B is undecidable. This is the space of B. A could be yes. Like I think at worst A could be undecidable and like yeah, there are chances where A could be decidable. Like yes, so with this information, the decidability or undecidability of A can't be restricted with the framework that you like. That model can't predict on A. I think.
Right, yeah, you are right. Since we are reducing from A to B and B is undecidable, we can't comment on A because A could be decidable and then reducing to B could make B undecidable, or A could already be undecidable, which could make B undecidable. So that's absolutely correct.
Yes.
We can't comment on
If
A
B would
actually.
be yes, if B would be decidable, then we could
Then
like
yeah,
yes, we
A
could
would
be sure
definitely
that
be
A would
decidable.
be decidable.
Yeah.
So the boundary has to be there for B. Okay. Great. So TOC are great. So TOC, I would ask like more. We have much of TOC. General like if question I would ask CN. We are having this video call. So can you say how many HTTP and TCP connections are between our computers, both of our laptops? How many HTTP and TCP connection during this Zoom call?
I guess like just the connection between us would be one only, I guess, because I mean, like to connect, there would be a lot of transfer, but the connection would be one only. So I think I would say these both connections would be, I guess, one only.
One TCP or HTTP?
Like both would be one only. I'm thinking, see, if just the connection, if you are asking, then we would be transferring the packets, but the overall connection would still be one, I guess.
Yes, so packets you're saying many would be transferred over a single connection. So yeah, I think in a basic, very basic model of this connectivity, we would need one TCP at transport layer and one HTTP at the application layer, like on the very basic. But I don't know like if internally they are using many. So, but yeah, one would be like acceptable answer. I think you get the points.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so like my next question is from graph theory. So it's directly a, property, no, not property, a definition based question. So just tell me what
Okay.
is an eccentricity for a vertex in graph.
Centricity, maximum centricity. It is related to distances and something like, because I am confusing because it is maximum or minimum of like, yeah, like we are having maximum or minimum of some distances. So it would be the eccentricity maximum of, it would be maximum of all the distances between two nodes in the graph would be the definition eccentricity.
So
Maximum
can you
of
repeat like maximum of all?
distances between any, all the distances, all the existing distances in the graph, like between any two nodes that we choose, that would be a distance and the maximum of all those distances.
So like, so what you are saying is you are considering all the nodes and the maximum distance between any two nodes should be eccentricity.
Yes, it is like, yeah, no, as you like said, it is like some formula definition kind of thing. So logic, how can I apply?
Like what you are saying is
It is
actually the,
maximum or maximum of these distances only. Like I
but
think
so
maximum
I,
of distances.
yeah, so half of it is correct, but so what you were saying is actually the definition for diameter of a graph, like maximum of all the distances between nodes. But eccentricity is not for the whole graph; it is for a vertex, and like it is the maximum of all the minimum distances from that node to the other nodes. Like if we consider A, B, C three nodes, then from A the minimum distances from A to B and A to C, and among them the maximum distance which is there would be the eccentricity for that node, that is the node A. So eccentricity is not for the graph, eccentricity is for the node.
Is for a point. So diameter also, is it the maximum of all the minimum distances?
Yeah, so diameter is what you said is correct, but for diameter, like diameter is the same thing, but for the whole graph.
But for acha, okay, so diameter would be the maximum of all the point, all the vertices. But eccentricity is for, okay, okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, you can like as it is definition. I don't think like you should give points. Okay, great. So you were supposed to lose the points again. Like okay, it's okay, no issue. So you're doing great. So can I ask like when we are preparing for gate, then many a times we have some situations, some realizations that even though we have prepared the subject for our semester or we have read the subjects, but we come to see that in a new way, in some different perspective. So have you had those experiences in preparation?
Yeah, so I say that I say operating system would be one such subject. Like when I was studying operating system in college, I didn't like used to even like I used to know what is happening, but I did not understand it. Like it was I was grasping it, but when I studied for the first time for GATE, then I started understanding what exactly everything is happening, where exactly what is happening in the our computer. I started to relate with our own practical, like our own computers, which I was not experiencing in college. So, like operating system was definitely my mind was blown when I studied for the first time for GATE. Like that memory management concept when I understood for the first time. So till in college, I just used to like I had just learned why paging has internal fragmentation and why segmentation has external fragmentation. So when in GATE, I actually studied why everything is happening, and even and that memory management topic was like sudden realization I got. It was amazing.
It's great. Virtual memory, something like
Yeah, so
whoever
that
thought
all
of
when
it.
I understood, it was really great.
Yeah, like operating system, yes, yes, you say you can relate also, like then the next
Yeah,
time you are seeing that buffering loading thing, you in back of the mind you can visualize that a page fault is happening in the system
yeah. So
something,
like
then
I
it's
even
yes.
I had opened the task manager of my PC that time and saw process IDs and like everything, all that. So cache, what cache I have in my PC and how much RAM, like in depth I had seen that time.
Yes, so like studying in depth opens up many opportunity, many viewpoints also. Okay, it's satisfying to go to a depth in yeah concepts. Great, you did great. So graph theory also I am supposed to ask. So can you say how many nodes would have even degree in a Euler path? How many nodes would have even degree in a Euler path?
So in a Euler path, like if a graph has a Euler path, then it is like double implying that there should be exactly two nodes with odd degrees. So if there are two nodes with odd degrees, then I would say if n vertices are there, then the even degrees would be n minus 2.
Okay, yes, yes. That I thought that in two and n minus two people get tricked. They say because two they remember Euler path two exactly two vertices. They are great. It is even number of vertices are n minus two. Yeah. So you got the points here. Great.
So like right now our points are 80, 60. So if the next two questions I do wrong, we can tie in if you do correct.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll ask my next question. So the ninth question from me is, so you know the timestamp ordering protocol in databases. So I have two questions. So whether it is conflict serializable or view serializable, and whether deadlock or starvation, like both are possible or not in timestamp ordering protocol.
Timestamp like is the solution for like conflict serializable. All the schedules generated from timestamp ordering protocol, they would be conflict serializable by definition, and because of this implication, they would be view serializable too. So for the first question, I think yes, both yeah, conflict serializable and view serializable because timestamp ordering is the solution for that only. And
Yeah.
also for the deadlock also it's the solution because in locking we have the this situation when there comes deadlock, so solving that only we introduced time step ordering protocol, so deadlock won't be there but starvation. Yes, so I think because we roll back a transaction which is failing our property of the write or read property of the timestamp ordering protocol, we roll back it. So because of this rollbacking, it could starve. Like yes, it could starve. I think so. Starvation is possible. Deadlock is not possible. Yeah. So
Like
that's
that
my
was a
question.
really great detailed answer, and of course it's correct.
Okay.
Like a very good answer. So you get 10
Great.
points.
Thank you. Oh, okay. So this would be this year's gate question. I know you are in set two, so I can ask set one question assuming that you haven't solved the set one question. So malloc, the malloc system call, like in operating system
Yeah.
malloc system call, C programming also. So it returns a pointer to an address, like in memory some pointer it returns. So my question would be, it returns the logical address or the physical address?
Okay. So I malloc would return physical address or logical address.
Yeah.
So like I'd say I like never heard about it. I didn't research actually, so I should have done that.
This same feeling we had while giving the GATE exam. They asked us something about, and there was this was MCQ containing 4 system calls. I got it wrong, but later reading it, I got much knowledge. So
Like
it is difficult question, I know. Difficult question. Like you can try, like you can guess. Like there's only 2 scenarios, like physical or like logical. So
Yes, so
you can also guess.
instead
Just
of
one negative mark.
passing the, maybe I'd say it's physical. So just
Okay,
for
right.
guessing.
You won't get the points. Mainly, it would be more of a okay. It would be wrong. Even I don't know it completely, but it is more towards the logical. Like physical, it want to be correct because a process when it is executing, it only knows the virtual address space. Like a process address space is the virtual address space. So like heap address also, if it is getting, so heap would be also in the virtual memory part of the process address space. So like from that, I think it would be like virtual address space or physical. Won't, at no point of time CPU or the process knows about the physical addresses. Only MMU knows about the physical addresses. So physical would be like I think wrong. So like here you lose the points. So you
Right. Right. So our points are right now 80 to 70. And if I do the last question wrong and you get it correct, we tie.
Oh,
Else I can win. So
okay.
the last question to you is, what is thrashing from operating system
What is?
memory management? What is thrashing?
Thrashing, so caching.
No,
Thrashing.
no, thrashing
Yeah,
from memory
thrashing
management
is
in
memory
operating system.
management. Page fault related.
Yeah.
Okay. So thrashing is that situation when the degree of multi-programming we increase to a certain extent that each process is having very less pages, and because of having very less pages it demands newer pages very frequently, and then there comes a condition when the CPU is busy dealing with these page faults and bringing paging swapping out more than the actual work it is supposed to do, that is like processing the user processes. The CPU is when more busy in handling the paging stuff than the user processes. That would be thrashing, like a large number of page faults.
Yeah, so that's absolutely correct. Just like one thing I would like to say that you told the pages are less, but actually those are frames, not pages. So like that's fine. I so yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So I think
Interchangeable, like yes,
by just
frames
speaking
are in.
you forgot and
Yes.
told pages, but so
Huh.
very nicely explained. Thrashing, absolutely
Yes.
fine, right? So you get 10 points.
So last question would be, yeah, it would be some fact thing. If you know it, you know it. If you don't know it, you can't. Like, I don't think you would come up with answer if you don't know it. Like n raised to power n and n factorial. Out of these two, which is asymptotically larger? N raised
So
to n factorial.
like I know it. So it's n raised to n is asymptotically larger than n factorial. Like there is some kind of approximation used to prove it.
Stirling approximation.
I'd seen this proof on Stack Overflow actually while studying,
Okay.
but I didn't understand it. But so I like remember n raised to n is greater than n factorial asymptotically.
Yes, it's a correct answer. The n raised to n is greater, and yes, Stirling approximation proves it. So yes, you get the point, like, full points in this. So yeah, I guess we are over with 10 questions.
Yeah. So one thing I wanted to ask, like since you asked this question related to asymptotic notation, like is coding important for Gate? Like if you are a great coder, like would you be able to do better in Gate, or like there is no relation or anything? So like what are your views on coding and Gate?
It is like better to know coding. Like if you know coding, you are in a comfortable position, that for sure, because some subjects like the C programming only and data structure algorithm, at least these three, you would be comfortable, more comfortable when you know, when you are good at coding. But like on the whole, if you even don't know coding, I don't think you have some disadvantage, because like I also was not, I'm not good in coding, like still was not good in coding obviously when I was preparing. But you can, like, you can be very good in like the subject, that those subjects
The
also, C,
system
data
subjects.
structure, algorithm, because in the gate related syllabus or gate related point of view for C, DS, Algo, you don't need to implement the working code, you don't need to correct answer. At the max, what they ask is the fill in the blank for like one line code, if you are like you are asked to predict or something. And on the you are just have a logical feel of it and working of the things. So like if you are knowing coding, you can save some time preparing those subjects. Many of the people like who know coding and started gate preparation, I know they save time there. But like it won't be a disadvantage if you don't know coding. It's a very much doable thing. Even if you are not even coding, if you are not even good in coding, you can be good in those subjects, C, DS, Algo, those subjects you can be like very good in. So like you are good in coding, like I suppose, or
So
not?
no, actually, I'm not that great in coding, but like I understand basic questions. Like even I'm not that great in coding, but like in DSLGO, I can solve
Intermediate.
questions.
Hmm.
Yeah, intermediate time. At least the gate syllabus coding part, I know.
Oh, great. So I think like you won the like what the activity or this segment. Like I think you won it. Like
Yeah,
you have
battle
10
of
points
brains.
lead. Battle of Brains, like you're the champion of the Battle of Brains, Gate CSC domain. So congratulations on being the champion here.
Thank you.
Great.
So, and you also did
It
like
was.
really great. Some of your answers were like really very good. So even like, so
Thanks.
I,
Like yes, it was very fun like interacting with you, and
yeah,
yeah, it also could demonstrate to like people trying for gate or preparing for gate, that the subjects are like very much interest arousing and like very much it could be made very much interesting when you know about them, play with them, and go to dev, try solving. Like you saw, like the questions were hardcore technical questions, but like we had fun discussing. And yes, you are like a great uh, person to discuss like these things. So yeah, thank you so much for like being such a
thank,
great sport.
thank you too.
And
So like I
yes,
would
great.
conclude
And yeah,
the
you
session.
could, yes, conclude, because you are educator also, like you are having some classes also here, so you can give a brief of that, like an academy thing, and then like
Yeah,
we
so
can wrap up the session.
so on 26th of May, new batch is starting for Gate on Plus. Like it would be starting with theory of computation. So like you can join in from 26. It is starting on Plus. Like so, it's still not late or it's still not even exact time. Like you are still early, so you can
Hmm.
directly join
Hmm.
from now, and it would be enough to crack Gate in 8 months. Like it's not much pressure. 8 months are good enough
Hmm.
time to
Hmm.
clear Gate. So like you can join from 26 in the new batch for DOC. Alright, so
Links will be in the, yeah, description
yeah,
below
link
in the
would be in the
video,
description below.
so you can follow that. Yeah, so it was great time. So now we're supposed to like
And this
see
session,
off from you people. Yeah, thank you so much all.
okay, so we will
to life and freedom.